What's up, friends? Hey, guys.
Friday.
It's hot as hell outside, ain't it?
It actually started raining, thankfully.
uh,
What we doing today? What's happening? What's going on?
all right, well,
What up,
today we're
Paul?
going to be reviewing the Old Guard. It's kind of crazy because know, I didn't even know what it was about, to be 100% honest. And my freaking girl gave me the synopsis before I watched the movie. I wish she never did, but it would have been better going into it fresh. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We got Q on here today with us, and Boss Rob. I'm almost always gonna be here, and we got some other guy in the shadows.
Oh my God, no, it's never did.
He's in the shadows. Got Black
Man,
Jeff.
That's right. That's right. I'm Mr. Anonymous. One day you will see my face.
There you go. That's his face right there. That's his face.
Oh, I can't hear you, Gospel Brothers. You know I can't see it. That's okay. I got something for y'all.
If you close your eyes, you'll see Black Justin.
Oh man, if we ever have that other guy on here, we might have to change that.
The darkness.
Oh my goodness.
If you close your eyes and see teeth, you will see that.
Like Mr. Popo.
Oh.
So what we got, boss? What's the topics of the day?
Well, I thought we'd just go free based off this. Just talk about what we thought of the movie. Was our best part. We just discuss today instead of topics. If that's cool with y'all.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, this shirt is done. God damn.
First of all, I didn't even know these people were supposed to be immortals until my freaking girl gonna tell me, oh, yeah, they just come back in life and stuff. I'm like, you don't know how much you just ruined the shocker of the movie for me. I was supposed to be shocked.
Oh yeah, man, you gonna love it, especially when he dies.
I was just like, you just told me like the main plot of the movie before I got to say it. But okay, thank you. Okay. But it was cool. I did like what they did with the graphics when they come back to life and how they showed the body coming back together and everything. What did I think about that stuff? As far as the graphics.
Well, my way, we had just finished watching something, and we had just turned Netflix on. I think we had just finished cooking. We just turned Netflix on, and there it was, like the first time. I think it was the first day it even showed up. It was front and center on that little top part of Netflix. You look up to your PlayStation or your broke box.
Top, yeah, it's up top.
And watched the preview. We was like, all right, this looking interesting. And we see them going through, and they get hit in that first big operation,
and
they get back up. You just like, oh, okay, well, we see what's going on here. One of the biggest things for me, well, for my wife, was we talking about the score. The music was just didn't fit. Like the first two songs, we were like, oh, that's cool. And then the rest of the songs, like, none of this fits the mood. None of this fits the mood. They running for their life, and it's still the whole time. None of the music fit the mood, but the thing that stood out the most was the point that they had to have serious tactical training to do those different scenes when they were moving from room to room. That was amazing. I'm pretty sure that the actors not standing. That was beautiful.
The way they did that teamwork in that, beautiful. The tactical training, the teamwork, I was just like, wow, man. It was amazing.
Especially that part in the hallway when nobody was really completely finishing them off. Like the first person was just checking that mofo. They got a headshot, great. But if they wounded him, the next person in line asked them up, and then the next person, and then the next person. I was like, damn, let him die.
Like quick death would have been better, bro. I'm just saying. It would have been better.
They passed that poor guy around like hot potato. He's like, me. Kicked him in the nose, punched him in the throat, stomped on his dick. Was like, yeah.
2 steps now, yeah. Turn around. In the dance. Oh, bro. Oh, before we go further, I forgot to say, this is the first comic book movie that was directed by a Black female director. So it's pretty big, pretty important. So I just want to put that out there.
Let's go research that name now, shall we?
Oh, yeah. And what do you think about it, Black Jester? About the graphics and stuff of the movie?
First, let me start off because not like I seen the movie, I guess on a little preview stream or whatever, but I wasn't really paying it on, man. Watching other things. But then I was finally like, let me check this out real quick. And I see the route that they went and everything. I actually enjoyed the hell out of it. Even the ending. So, but yeah, man, it was a good movie. Especially, like y'all explained earlier, the way that they were doing, I guess the duet ass whooping. They pretty much danced and killing people. It was one that it was a couple of guys on there that, one guy would miss you, the other guy would pretty much hit you, and judging by the whole story, that was pretty much like that's how long they've been with each other. They know they understand each other's movement.
Yes.
So that's pretty much part of the whole story. It's like the whole age thing is. That's like we've been around for hundreds of years. We've been fighting each other or fighting against whoever. So hey, you missed this person. Well, don't worry, I got him.
Yeah,
you got him. Trust me, I got him.
They even made a point in the movie when they said she didn't kill people more ways than you can ever imagine, or something like that.
Yeah, she had more. They said
she had to kill you ever know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she got ways how to kill
people. I think she had more different ways than anybody alive on Earth. Like no government. So, if she was her own, she's her own government in a place.
Gina Prince Bethwood. I hope I didn't butcher her name. I apologize if I said that incorrectly. Someone in the comments, please correct me. She has writing and directing credits on several important movies and TV series, including Cloak and Dagger, which is actually pretty good. Shots Fired, The Secret Letter, Love and Basketball are some of her notable credits.
Wow. So she's been around for a while.
Great Performers, LA Noire, 2016 as well. See if you got anything else that's highly recognizable. She's been on a director and writer on Bernie Mac, Everybody Hates Chris, Girlfriend, Disappearing Act.
Dang.
So she's been doing this for a bit, and I would have to say Cloak and Dagger is probably one of the points of her directing and writing credits. You see her start to use more physicality and maybe even Shot Fired. I haven't had the chance to see such a series, but it looks good from the profile picture. But I started watching Cloak and Dagger, and it was pretty interesting. So she's not a bad storyteller at all. And let's go back. Looks like Rotten Tomatoes gives this an 81, but IMDb gives it a 7.6.7. So the people like it. The critics maybe not as much.
Yeah.
The Beach Critical, the biggest one of the bigger critical things I have about it is the soundtrack was not meshing with the tone of the movie.
I could agree with
Like
that.
it really, I feel like the soundtrack really clashed, like real bad,
I
really
could
bad.
agree with that. I think
Would you
one of
say
the
that?
I think one of the strongest parts of the movie was the storyline, though.
Oh man, definitely. The
Especially when they talk
storyline,
about the
the
past.
direction,
Especially when they
the
talk about the
acting.
past. Oh, when they get into the stuff in the past and they talk about the present, I was just like, oh.
One of my biggest pet peeves with movies, and even more so for Bunny, is that when there's past information or they start hyping up a character, instead of taking like 2 minutes to show something, 2 or 3 minutes to actually
Exactly.
publish something, they're doing alliteration. They're just talking about it. They're
Yes.
just only like that only works in Star Wars movies, video games, and cartoons. Everywhere else, you can take 2
2
to
minutes.
5 minutes to show us why we care about.
Exactly.
And they did that. They did that with her past when they showed her way back when some medieval esque point in time, looked like
'Cause
the Persian
it makes
Empire.
it makes it more
Running.
concrete. It makes it more concrete in your mind. So when you
Yeah,
go to the future, it's like, damn, you care more. You care more.
it gives you a visualization, something to latch on to. And then they showed us her the guy. They took like 1 minute, like a couple of seconds, a good 30 seconds to show the person who died. And it was like, yeah, this we don't know when, but eventually our number of lives is going to reach 0. We don't know how many lives we got, but
Yes.
eventually it's going to reach 0. It was stated that it might have been even more finite. Like anyone watch Jumanji, the new Jumanji?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
So on the new Jumanji, they have tattoos
yeah.
somewhere on their body that tells you how many lives you got fucking left.
3 strikes. Yeah, yeah, 3
So
strikes.
if you die, and you look at your tattoos, and that shit is left. You're like,
Like
oh
it's
god,
real now. It's real now.
I'm gonna have to be careful here. But they just don't know.
Which
So
makes
that's
it even
pretty.
more scary.
Oh, and spoiler alert: her girlfriend was in Iron Maiden. Like the first thing that was very historically inaccurate. Where are the spikes in this Iron Maiden? It's not Iron Maiden. It's not.
Mm.
But they put her in an Iron Maiden that was probably faulty because there was no spikes. Dropped her in the ocean. Do you know
Woo.
how horrible it is to drown one time? If anyone in our audience has ever survived, well, you would have survived if you're in the audience. If you've ever had the unfortunate experience of
Yeah.
drowning and dying, then living, drowning again.
For
4
500
years.
years. 500 years. Bruh. When they said that, man, that messed my head up, man. That messed my head up. The guilt that she gotta feel for that, man.
She was like, I kept looking, but I just couldn't find her. Oh, and the other thing was, these guys have been just in hiding. I personally think that's a very, what's the word? Not negligent, inefficient use of your immortality. You're telling me
Exactly.
you're fucking immortal. You can see the trends. You know how war works.
Yeah.
You never took the time to amass a fucking fortune, some
Right.
land, some retainers.
Q.
You never thought you should race our gold and shit?
Q. That's the difference. That's the difference between evil people and good people.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
what you trying to say?
I'm just saying. Like, look, 50.
I damn sure would have.
I would have too, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I would have been the best kept secret of our family line. They'd have known who's really in power. We'd have put forth the brightest and strongest of our generation throughout the years. why does Grandpa never age?
That ain't Grandpa. That's your uncle now. Let's go.
Remember, it's Uncle Fox.
Hold on for a second. Y'all go ahead, all right?
Man, I would have created something. Like, if what you do best is fuck people up, I'd have created a mercenary field or some shit, some kind of little private armory, army, something.
Yeah.
Some protection service. And you have all that fucking time, basically. I'd have been in so many different high-profile schools. So many. I would have learned finance.
Yeah.
I'd have learned how to build a house with nothing.
Yeah.
All of it. I'd have did all the things, son. So much wealth I would have acquired. I'd have created a family, bloodline, friends. We'd have been the Illuminati.
Yep. From the beginning. I've started from the beginning. Yep, you're right.
We would also own homes, not so unnecessarily lavish, but we would own normal homes on purpose. With no vehicles.
On purpose.
We'd have a couple of locations that looked expensive as fuck, and we would put certain people in that position. But everybody would know, whatever you do, don't piss off the factor. He'll show up. He'll show up, and not in a good way.
Yeah.
We would be good. And if they want to save people, you know what you can fucking do with all that time and money you can acquire to save people? Bruh.
I think their main focus was trying to stay hidden away from people.
You know where the best place to stay hidden is in plain sight.
Yeah.
You've been looking at that fool for the entire time. You have no clue. That's the guy you're looking for.
Hello?
Right there.
Yeah.
That blew me. I was like, man, look, I got no wealth. No wealth. None? How old is she? She doesn't even remember how old she is. That's how old she is.
Man. Black Jester.
Yeah.
So what Q was saying is, if you had all that time, what you would have done with all that time?
You talking about all the time that they lived and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I done took the world over. I ain't gonna lie.
You would have pinky and brain them. Pinky in the brain out there.
Yeah, I would have been doing trust me. Yeah, conspiracy theory my ass. They would have been done with me. I'd have been like, look, what's that story with the dude from off the Ninja Turtles, the Ninja Turtle movie where he lived forever without, he built up the empire? Oh yeah, I've been on that shit. Like, let's do this.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
I'd have Vandal Savage that.
Hello?
Oh, you used the perfect one right there. Vandal Savage. Yeah.
Vandal Savage that shit.
You gotta think you got all that time on your hands. What the hell are you gonna do? You're gonna constantly have kids. You're gonna constantly have spouses. You're gonna constantly see money come and go. You're gonna see ages, different times and stuff of just the changes in the time. So while people dying around you and everything, eventually you're gonna go insane at first. And then after a while you're gonna be like, you know what? Let me learn from this history. Now the problem is you probably gonna forget a whole lot of stuff like with the main protagonist, how she forgot about a lot of stuff.
Write so many motherfucking books. I would have scribes and shit. I would write so many books.
You talking about Andy, right? the lady Andy? That's what you talking about? Yeah.
You probably would have forgot. Because you constantly going through different time periods. That's all it is. You going through different time periods, and then it just seemed like I like where they was going at because honestly, the government would do that. If the government figured out there was immortal people around,
Yeah.
they would try to capture them and study them.
Talk about capture. What about the part when they captured the two guys, man? I love that part.
That was funny as hell.
That was gangster. That was gangster. They opened that truck. That was. That was gangster. Oh, he was like, "What is that? Your boyfriend?" He was like, "Boyfriend." I was like, "Damn, this guy deep."
That's all he is. He said that motherfucker was more loved in the solar system or some shit.
This is so deep as hell, bro. Then they just cut to the scene. They cut to the scene. The truck opened. I was just like, damn. Oh wow.
And one guy, who was it that shot him?
Oh,
he was like, "You fucking shot my mom."
Oh. Oh my God. He slammed his head to that ground, broke his neck. I was like, oh, that was personal. That was real personal. Oh, oh man.
Never fucking touch him again. And then
when they
was in the crusade. They was in the crusade.
Got me. The part that got me was when they first they attacked them while they were sitting inside the church or whatever.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She was like, "I'll be right back." And they were like, what was that thing she kept saying? She was like, "You don't know the signal."
Oh yeah, wait for the signal. Like that's not the signal.
Time she went in, so she came down, it was like she just started killing everybody in the room. Like even when they were shooting her, it was like, okay, this thing just she wasn't having it.
You'll know the signal. Don't worry, you'll know the signal. Don't worry.
Taking the time and shit too.
Oh, that was tight.
Man, that was one of my favorite parts when she was in the church. Everybody died, and then afterwards the woman walked in and she was like, "You did all this?
Like you did all of this? Oh man."
Two niggas got shot in between the eyes perfectly.
Oh man.
Man, I know you saw them shots when she hit the door like bloop, bloop.
Yeah. She was putting them to sleep, Q. She was not playing. Oh man. That John was nice.
Man.
Oh man.
The axe though. She had to ask them some questions.
Oh yeah.
I got a question.
She took it back. She pulled that axe out. Oh man. She had a lot of training with that axe, man. Oh man.
So you think that Merle?
Oh, say that again.
You think there might be a sequel?
Oh, I'm more than sure it's gonna be a sequel, man. And let's talk about the girl, man. She's sitting there drowning 500 years.
Oh
water.
My God.
Stuck.
Yeah, that's
they was like,
drowning.
It's gonna make it great.
Drowning for 500 years, and the first scene we see her.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right. Well, let's just talk about her death first of all. Both of them was I guess they thought they were witches or something. So
yeah,
they got
was doing time period.
Yeah. So
like
they handcuffed them or whatever, try to kill them different ways or whatever, and none of it worked. So I guess they thought they was about to get burnt alive, but they end up just dropping one of them in the water and then Iron Maiden, like you said. But like you said, spoiler alerts. The first scene we see her in, she comes back. This is in the future now. So the first thing we see her and she's drinking a fucking cup of water, bro. You know how fucked up my head was when I seen that.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is disturbing. she's really messed up, and she gotta be really messed up, bro. Because the first
And
scene
then your boy is
she's drinking a cup of water. I'm like, no, something ain't right.
But the funny thing is, the guy, he did what he did. But the only reason why he did what he did was because he loved her, and he knew all she really wanted to do was die.
Yeah,
She knew she did not want to live anymore
yeah,
because the woman she loved, she
that
couldn't
pain,
get to her.
that pain, yeah,
And he's like, I know. He said, I did it for you. Because if they can take our power and find a way to duplicate it and help people live, maybe they can find a way for us to die. And I know you don't want to live.
It's almost like in his mind it was like a win-win, because his story was talking about how he couldn't help his son, so it was just I think it was a piece of that and a piece of helping her at the same time. So
The white dude.
his son was dying of cancer or something.
Yeah.
His son was asking
Yeah,
for,
and they showed that shit. Again, no alliteration. They showed
showed
that
this.
fucked up ass.
Yes.
Oh, and that was hard.
Mm.
That was harsh.
Yes.
Harsh.
And his son begging, pleading, give me the immortality, whatever. And the dad said, I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. And the son think he's lying for some reason. I was just like, wow, man. The story was deep, man.
It's changing the colors, but
Broke his heart too. He was like,
I bet he ain't had no more kids after that, man. He was like,
probably didn't.
nope, sheepskin, baby.
He said the sheepskin. Well, that probably is all he had back then. He probably turn the skin back.
It's like, I watched one go down. That shit ain't happening.
Oh, well.
He was like, in the mouth, only in the mouth.
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Because you gotta think, you got
Big
man,
finish.
Now that is the whole what's the name? That is, you become immortal. What's the one thing you have to buy? You have to buy plenty of time. You will have to get in. You will have to become a what's those
You
guys
say you
called?
need condoms if you're immortal. Boy.
What's
Yeah,
it called?
immortal.
Fire broker.
You
Had
need
to own your own condom.
They got the reusable immortal condoms. They just rinse them out.
All that condom, never forever.
Oh, never ever ever. I will never.
Make sure.
You got the never ever. I will never. Ever. Oh.
Oh my goodness.
It'll never be. Never forever.
Oh man.
Very important. We need to keep that up.
We're like, we're gonna take this fight to the hill, man. We become a lobbyist for condoms. Like, why is so hell bent on get by on lobbying for condoms? You have no idea. Be like, I need that. That make sure ain't nothing happening.
So another thing that I liked in the movie was the lore, how they showed all the stuff they did throughout the years and stuff. That was awesome, man. That was sweet. Especially they showed stuff like MLK, Martin Luther King. They show the Civil Wars and stuff and all that. I was like, that's pretty cool. We gotta think about that stuff.
Yeah, they showed her save a couple of people that, like, all the people that she saved ended up being important people in the world.
Yeah, that's cool. And they got the photos of them in the wars and stuff, and all the doing civil rights movements and stuff like that. I was like, that was tight. Like the world building of it. I like when movies take the time to do world building and stuff. The concrete, the actual.
Yeah, people really care.
Yeah.
Because if you have to ask the question, why, too many times, Not good. Like, why the fuck do I give a damn? Why is that possible? Why would they
Yeah.
care about that? Why?
Yeah.
Why? No, too many whys. Too many whys.
Random person in the
Whys,
scene.
how,
You just
where?
like, why do I care?
So why are they scared every time one of them dies or gets fucked up?
Yeah.
Because they don't when their lives are gonna be zero and they won't heal it. They just don't.
I don't know why I was thinking about it, but when they first showed that guy die who was immortal, I was thinking about Tropic Thunder, man. That scene when his stomach was cut open, so you can push it back in. I was like, I don't know why I was thinking about it.
Oh yeah.
Just push it back in. I was like, I don't know why I was thinking about that.
Man, they showed your girl and then watched her Frankenstein back together. I was like, oh.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when they broke into their place, that man looked like he got hit with the shotty in the stomach, man. He sitting on that chair, man.
Yeah, he didn't even do that.
He had to get hit with the shotty. That man, whole stomach was gone.
One thing I like though, I like the fact that when one of them, when one was like, I guess when they had figured out that I guess the newest members to the team, how they I guess they get resurrected or whatever like that, and they can all feel that resurrection. So it's like, oh, you know.
Her name was Now. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Oh, well, there's a new immortal.
Yeah, Now.
So the theory is, from what they were saying was, when there's only a certain number of immortals, and I'm thinking it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's only 5 of them. So when somebody loses their immortal power, another immortal comes around, and all the immortals can feel it, because she was like, her girl that she found didn't become an immortal. Well, no, the girl that she found became an immortal. And then recently, one of their people had died. Some black person, I don't know if it was a male or female, but they had died.
Yeah.
And then later on, they had the chick become an immortal. So anytime somebody died or lost their immortal power, another one popped up. So it's like only 5 of them, right? You got the husband and husband. You got the traitor. You got the
It was 5 on the team. If you count her friend, that's 6.
Well, she's not an immortal no more.
Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
She's not an immortal anymore. She's still that leader, but she's not an immortal anymore. This her last punch card, man.
Yeah. Oh man. The way they was protecting her, man, when they found out she wasn't immortal, that was one of the sweetest scenes to me too, man. The way they was jumping in front of the bullets and stuff.
It was like, nah.
I was like, dude, they was jumping in front of the bullets for her and everything. I was like, yeah. That teamwork, man.
They was doing it. I lose you.
Yeah. Somehow the Highlander shows up in the next movie. They were like, oh, really? So that would be something.
As they always
I've got to gracefully bow out. It's about 7 o'clock and it's dinner time. Bill. Peace.
All right. The old guard.
Oldies were goodies, that's what we're gonna call it, not old guard.
The old guard. Man.
They should give that the next one they should give it a jazz soundtrack.
You said the jazz soundtrack. It would be like Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, there you go.
Let the people who did Cowboy Bebop do it. All right. Well, I guess we're about to end this video. You got anything else you want to say, Black Jester? Want to show your face or something? You know.
Don't worry. I one day the public will see my face. One day.
Hashtag unmasked Black Jester.
That's right. Hashtag unmasked Black Jester. They will see it and they're going to be like, you know what? I love it.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week with another video.
All right, y'all.